Obviously, writing workshops, you need them. You have to get practice. They're crucial. Mine or anybody else's, what's important is that you keep writing. You grow as you write. You learn as you write. I am a 10 times better writer now than I ever was before because I don't stop writing. You get practice doing something before you start giving that work to important people. Important people remember who can't write. They remember who turned in things that just don't work. And they're not excited to read their work again. They'll say, you know what, you got anything else? They'll say, you want your stuff to stay on their desk. So you need to get the practice. You need to be in writing groups. I love the educational program. I went to NYU, UCLA, and USC. I went to all three schools. And I love each one of them. And they each brought something different and taught me something different in my education. And if I didn't have that, my first script that I wrote was the first thing I ever sold. That almost never happens. But that script could have never been done well if I hadn't gone to these schools first, because they taught me the tricks of the trade. They taught me how characters get ahead and how maneuver things and how to structure things and how everything needs to work as a cohesive whole to tell one fantastic story. Without it, I would have never been able to do that. I got lucky, but more than lucky, I got an education. And some of the greatest thing about education is that it's not just a writer's group where you have a bunch of other writers which is great, but usually the kind of feedback you get there is each writer kind of they see a different story than the one you told. And because we're storytellers, so we envision the story the way we would tell it. And the notes sometimes can be helpful in that way if you like the way that writer would have told it. But when there's a teacher there, the teacher understands the rules enough, and then his job or her job is to actually tell your story the way you want to tell it, but to find the right words in which to do it with. And that's usually the hardest part for young writers, is how do you find the right words to communicate all these cool ideas I have up here? How do I crystallize that into the most succinct, perfect sentence that it absolutely communicates everything I want to say in such a way that you can't help but understand it? And otherwise, it's just a bunch of ideas coming at you for ways to change it. You can keep moving in circles, whereas somebody's trying to get you where you're going. It's just, I can't say enough about getting a fantastic education at a major university.